Hello everybody! Welcome to Agashi Review, where I review movies, dramas that you don't want to waste your time watching. I'll give you a synopsis, shorts review along with my thoughts and opinions, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe and leave a comment below. Now let's go into the review. Hello everybody, Agashi here today. So today I'm doing a Chinese drama review on the drama called My Young Pet General. So this drama is a total of 16 episodes and I was able to watch the first 2 episodes of it. And I gave this drama a shot because you guys remember when I did the review on my I Am a Pet at Dali Temple? I think that's the title. But yeah, that one was actually similar to this, but it's just instead of this one, it's the guy who's the cat, and the other one is the girl who's the cat. So that one, it started out really good, but I didn't like how it ended. So, I mean, people said there's going to be season 2. So far, I haven't seen anything, but yeah. So this one came out, and it's pretty similar, kind of like that. So I gave it a shot, and I actually really like it. It's short, just like the other one. The other one is like a total like 20-something episodes only. So this one is like 16. So they're pretty much very similar to each other. But I'm gonna go over the cast synopsis in the first 2 episodes, you guys, and I'll give you guys my thoughts and comparing to what I remember from Pet Dali Temple. So I don't know, but so far I'm liking this one a little bit more, but the thing is it hasn't ended yet, so I can't really give like my whole input on it because to compare the ending of the other one and this one. As for our cast, we have Kevin Xiao playing Mu Xiaoran, Qian Xinwei play Shu Xiaohe, Shang Qingjing playing Mu Yujing, and then Crystal Wang playing Nang Ping Wang, and then Zhang Guxin playing Lu Fang, Lu Jiaji playing Bo Wu, and then Shu Qing playing Xiao Lu. As for the synopsis, the story revolves around the cute and lovely Shu Xiaohe who runs a pet shop on like the country mountainside, and then she accidentally picked up a blue soul orb, which awakens the Meow Star prince from a different galaxy called the DW Galaxy. This prince incarnated into Mu Xiaoran, a mysterious major general in the city, and he and Shu Xiaohe accidentally signs into a master-servant contract, and through all these adventures they go to uncovering secrets, they fall in love in the process. Recap on the first 2 episodes. The drama starts us off in Tianling City, where there's a wedding going on. Shu Xiaohe is sitting in the wedding sedan where she is arriving at the Mole mansion, and she walked to the bridal chamber and she accidentally falls off the stairs where her veil falls off, and she sees that it's not a wedding, it's a funeral. There's people dressed in like white going to a funeral, like there is a funeral going on. She gets quickly covered and she gets brought into the bridal chamber where the groom is laying on the bed as if he's dead already. She bends down to look at him and he wakes up and his eyes are really cat-like. They fight and she falls out the window, and then it pauses and she says, "That's not the beginning," and she brings us to how it actually leads to the wedding. So in the mountain, Shu Xiaohe runs a pet shop called Yuqing Pet Shop, and she loves animal butt cats, and she understands animals very well, knows how to take care of them, but and then she sells animals, she helps people and everything like that, and all things like that. Suddenly she receives a letter from her brother. She finds it suspicious that the letter is not her brother's handwriting. She opens the letter to learn that he's gone and he got kidnapped, leaving behind one blue soul bead orb, asking her to come find the 3 remaining ones. So she heads off to the city. The city is like Tianling or something like that. She goes off to the city to find her brother and investigate what happens to him. And so on her way to the city, she runs into some bandits where a young general is actually injured by these bandits and he's nearly dead. She ends up trying to save him by doing CPR, and when she did that, the soul bead that was given to her, there's actually blue, and you can see there's a cat in there. She put it in a necklace that she wears, and so she awakens this young general. So apparently the soul bead is a cat prince from another galaxy, and he went into this young general, Mu Xiaoran's body, and accidentally entered the 2 of them into a master-servant contract, and now he's pretty much Shu Xiaohe is his master. And so the bandit arrives, the general fights him, Shu Xiaoheng escapes to the city. She goes into the director Shu's family to, that's where her brother originally was living at before he got sent to the mole mansion to do some research, something like that. And so director Shu told her that he disappeared when he entered the mole family. And the mole family is actually really rich. Nobody knows what's going on in their household, and it is very hard to get inside, to just sneak inside to investigate, because they're very, very strict and on their security and everything. So at the same time, there's like a wedding that's going to be happening. It actually turns out to be director Su's daughter who's going to be wedding into the mole family, which the son Mushurun is about to be like nearly death or living. So Director Shu doesn't want his daughter to be marrying into this family, so instead he sends Shu Xiaohe into it. So they pretty much feint her, dress her up, and send her, and she doesn't know. So now it brings us back to the beginning of the drama, where it's actually the wedding. She ends up meeting his name is so confusing. They just call him Ranger. She ends up meeting Ranger, and she awakens him up again by his soul bead, and then that's pretty much his life inside of there. And then so he wants the soul bead back from her, but she won't give it to him, and she ends up scaring him with this amphibian that she has, and she ends up escaping. That's where she jumps off the window. And then Wanger's his father comes in, so happy to see him, but the thing is that like he doesn't recall them anymore, because he's actually not a Ranger, he's actually the cat prince. So he's just like whatever, going with the flow. And suddenly like the wedding just like flew off everybody's head. Nobody like cares about it anymore, because you know the correct daughter wasn't even sent to them. So, but here's like the suspicious part where we have to keep in mind there's something wrong with the mother. She doesn't seem too satisfied or happy that Wanger woke up, when apparently she was a little bit happy that he was gonna die, because apparently he's like the first young master, so I'm guessing her son is the second young master, and she wants her son to take everything. But anyways, we move on to Shu Xiaohe, who actually left the wedding, and now she's, you know, she needs to get back into the mole family again, but she's only, I left the wedding, I jumped out of the house, so I need to go, how do I get back in there? She ends up running into Xiaolu, who runs a restaurant in the street, and Xiaolu feeds Shu Xiaohe food and sends her back to the mole mansion, where she said you can actually get in becoming a maid for them, because they're always hiring. And then the reason why we learned that Xiaolu even helps Xiaohe is because Xiaohe's necklace, the bead, she recognizes it. So we learn that she's actually Wanger, the prince. His name is Yuling Prince Cuckoo Cat. She's actually their sibling. She's the older sister, and she left the galaxy a while ago, and the siblings, they do meet later on. That's how we find out. But Shu Xiaohe gets hired as a maid to Wanger, and he tries to get her to sign this contract to end his life term of being her servant, because we learn that from his conversation with his sister, that whenever you enter the master and servant contract, whatever happens to your master, you get it too. So if your master gets hurt, you get hurt too. So it cannot be broken unless the master agrees to sign off to set you free. So that's what he's been trying to do, or that's what he's aiming to do. But his sister said, you know, there is something that can help you break you free. It's called true love's kiss. That can also break the contract. But he's not like, you know, what the hell, you know, I don't care about that. So, but that is the second option the sister gives him, that, you know, it could possibly be done because that's what they heard, or they can try, you know. So now Wanger, he gets Xiaohe as his maid, and he tries to get her to sign the contract, and he accidentally slips on the paintbrush, where he falls on top of her and kisses her, and he turns into the cat. And then she's like, oh shit, she's like, am I seeing ghosts, you know? But what she doesn't notice is that when he fell and he kissed her, he accidentally touched the bead, which turned him into the cat. So it's actually the bead that changes him every time, you know? So if he touches it automatically, he changes to whichever form he's in. But the thing is that whenever he changes to a cat, he stays that for 12 hours, and he changes back to a human. And then when he's a human, he stays for 12 hours, and he changes back to a cat. So it's every 12 hours he changes. But if the bead's right there and he touches it, he'll automatically change to the opposite form of what he is. So regardless of that, she kind of just like whatever. That flew by her head immediately, even though she was afraid of him. She got into the West Court, where she tries to find out clues what happened to her brother, which seems like he was hit on his head and he was kidnapped. She found some paper written by her brother regarding some other soul beads that she also, has to go find, and she learns about. And then when she was at the West Court, she ends up meeting the second young master of the Mole Mansion, which is Mu Yujin, who she escapes immediately from him after, coming up with some lies and leaving, because rumor has it but that both brothers does not get along, and that's why they have the East Court and the West Court. So all that, and then Shoho learns that, she can actually control Wonger with, since she's his master. So she hasn't fully understand yet that it's the bead, but, she can actually use him to help find her brother, and pretty much she thinks that he's he's this young master in the Mole Mansion. He can actually help her. So she tears up the contract to set him free, so she tries to kiss him a couple times to change him back to a cat so that she can actually tease him and stuff like that. But she doesn't know that it's not the kiss. It doesn't work that way. It's the beat, But she doesn't care. She loves enjoying teasing him as a kid, and she's going not a kid, a cat. And she's going to continue on this master-servant contract between them. So slowly, more as it goes on, more of the soul bead is starting to show up, and it's going to attack and bring danger to Shu Xiaohe, and she's trying to solve what happened to her brother. At the same time, Wanger is trying to set himself free. He starts to fall in love with her, and obviously he starts to protect her by helping her, because he wants to set himself free, and then he has to help her to pretty much, I guess, come to an agreement that she will let him go free. But in the process of doing that, he's always helping her. He falls for her, and it's kind of going back to what his sister said, is the way to break you free from her, you don't have to get her to sign a new contract to set you free. It's called the true love kiss. So that's what basically is what's going on now. But that is the recap of the first 2 episodes. I really like it because it's a little bit different, and he has more of a purpose of what he is. So he's actually not weak. He's strong, and he's smart. He's quick-witted, and all these things like that. And he's obviously from a different universe. As for the pet Dali Temple, she's from the future, and it's she's supposed to save everything, but I don't know, I like it more of it's him, the guy, being the one to actually save all these things and help all these stuff. And from the pet Dali Temple, I didn't like how it ended, where it did not make any sense, where she died in the future, she's reborn again, and he times traveled to the future and she's a baby. It doesn't make any sense there, so hopefully this one doesn't give us, I'm sorry, but a dumb ending like that. And so hopefully this one, I look at it as that he will, because Wanger's body, he's basically dead at this point, and his soul is gone, he's dead. So with Yuling Prince Cuckoo Cat, he can actually take over this body, because he doesn't have a body here in the earth, stuff like that. So with that, he can actually take over this body and be it. So that's my guess, that's how he's gonna stay. It's just like his sister, how she left their galaxy for so long, and she's been living among these humans, and she's just living a normal life. I think that's what the route he's gonna take as he falls in love. And in a way, I'm guessing he's going to leave it where he's going to stay her servant. Even though they do share their true love kiss, it's gonna break him free, he's still going to choose to protect her, because throughout all this, if she gets hurt, he gets hurt, and he's gonna feel it, and he's going to care for her. And obviously he falls in love with her. You can kind of tell he's starting to like her, and as in the process of her trying to find her brother, he gets to know her, and he starts to realize that she's just a very innocent person who doesn't know anything, and by chance she was just given this bead, and people is just using her and she knows nothing, and it's him who has to protect her. And at the same time, it's good that he's actually her servant because he has to be there to protect her. But I'm liking so far, and it's actually a very short drama. It's only 16 episodes, so really looking forward to that, where you know you don't have to wait for 40 plus episodes. So if you guys have not checked it out, do check it out. I highly recommend it. I like it so far. It's hilarious. I laughed watching the first 2 episodes of it. I'm looking forward to see how it's gonna turn out. But that's it for today. I will see you guys next time.